Hello everyone! Today we're learning together this book entitled Canadian Police Officers. Written by Paulette Bourgeois and Kim LaFave. Everybody is asleep. Clang, clang, clatter, bang. Natalie hears a commotion and she's worried. Somebody has been stealing bicycles in the neighborhood. Maybe the thieves are in her garage. Natalie creeps into her parents' room and whispers, "Call the police." Natalie's mother reaches for the phone. The police number is written clearly nearby. When the phone is answered, she says, "We think somebody is trying to break in. Our name is Best. We live at 123 Main Street. The closest intersection is Main and South Streets." "Don't worry," she tells Natalie. "The police will be right here." As soon as the police dispatchers get the call, a message is sent to the computer or radio inside the patrol car closest to the Best house. Usually, the officers work in pairs at night. As soon as they hear the message, the officers signal to the dispatcher that they are on the way. In some emergencies, lots of police cars are sent. The officers do not use their siren this time. They want to arrive quietly and catch the thieves in action. The officers use their flashlights to reach and search the neighborhood. A garbage can has been knocked over, but there is no sign that somebody has tried to break open doors or windows. They jot in their notebooks and keep on looking. "All quiet now," they tell the Best family. "There have been a lot of bicycle thefts around here." "Do you have a good lock on your bike?" they ask. Natalie nodded. "And I know the make, the color, and the registration number," she says. "That's smart," says the police officer. "Sometimes we find lost or stolen bicycles and we don't know who owns them." On the way to school, Natalie notices something suspicious. There is a big blue van parked behind an abandoned building. She writes the license plate number in her notebook and tells the principal when she gets to school. The principal calls the police. The officers drive slowly by the schoolyard. At the bike rack, they see two men look around nervously and then, in a flash, slice through a bicycle lock with a small saw. Just as they are about to ride off, the police officers tell them they are under arrest for stealing and they are going for a different ride to the police station. At the station, the men were questioned. Lawyers and senior police officers make sure the men are treated properly. The police officers who made the arrest still have work to do. They look in the back of the blue van. There are 15 bicycles inside. The men are let go until their trial in a courtroom. In court, a lawyer for the accused man and a lawyer for the government, who is called a crown attorney, will ask the police officers questions about what they saw. It will be the judge's job to decide if the men are guilty of stealing bicycles, and if they are, to decide on a punishment. Later that night, Natalie hears clang, clang, clatter, bang. The bike thieves are back, she calls to her parents. Call the police. The officers arrive within seconds. They move quickly and quietly through the dark. They shine their flashlights into the alley. I've got the masked robbers, says the officer. But I think we'll let them go with a warning. A police officer has to be prepared for anything. All police officers are ready to help people who are lost, hurt, or afraid. They are your friends. The police make sure people obey the law. And there are many different kinds of police work. Some officers teach children to be safe. Some officers control the crowds at concerts and sports events. Some officers investigate crimes and traffic accidents. There are different kinds of police. Many towns, cities, provinces, territories, and native communities have their own police forces. The Royal Canadian Mounted Police work all across Canada. The RCMP wear their dress-up clothes, bright red uniforms, and brown hats for special jobs such as performing in the musical ride or guarding the entrance of Canada's Parliament building. Mostly, the RCMP wear a regular uniform when they do their police work. Some police officers walk in the neighborhood and get to know all the people in their community. But the police get around in lots of different ways. In a van, in a helicopter, on a motorcycle, in a boat, on a bicycle, in a patrol car. Police officers are physically fit. They are not too short and not too tall. They must have good eyesight. Police officers have revolvers, but they hope they never have to use them. Sometimes officers wear bulletproof vests. They carry notebooks and handcuffs and wear a belt with a nightstick and a flashlight. Remember to stay alert and stay safe. Always stick with the same route for going to and from school. playgrounds, and friends' homes. Make sure your parents know the routes you take. Check the route over with a parent for possible unsafe places. Always stay away from lonely parks, woods, parking lots, and schoolyards late after school. Always go places with buddies and make sure your parents know where you are at all times. Keep your friends' addresses and phone numbers by your phone. Always say no if anybody invites you alone in his or her home or car, even if you're with friends. Always tell your parent or an adult to trust if something has happened that bothers you, even if it is about somebody your family knows well and likes. It's not your fault if somebody acts in a way that makes you uncomfortable. You don't have to keep it a secret, no matter what anyone says. Always keep the door closed and locked when you are home alone. Always pretend you've got grown-up company if you're home alone. Always have a family password. Adults who want you to stay with them or go somewhere with them must know the password. Always refuse to go anywhere with a stranger or somebody who makes you feel uncomfortable, no matter what they say to you. Most people are helpful and kind, but some people are mean. They might try to trick you by offering you something nice, such as a kitten, a puppy, a toy, or an ice cream. They might try to trick you by telling you that something is wrong with your parents. They might even trick you by telling you that you are going to be on a television show or made famous if you go with them. Never go anywhere with a stranger. No. The end. All right. Now remember to stay alert and stay safe. Okay? Now, that was so much fun, and we learned about Canadian police officers. I love that. I love it. Now, bye. See you then.